Well, the sun's getting ready to set and we've just arrived at our free camp for the night. This is Carrara Recreational Area. Carrara is a little town in between Goondiwindi and Warwick, just over the Queensland border. Came across on the Cunningham Highway. There's our setup there, nice and flat. Don't have to do anything, just park it. And this is a free camp. It looks like you can have campfires here as well. Looks like somebody's been there. And it provides toilets too, which is pretty good. So we're looking forward to just a restful night here at Carrara. And it's free. How good is that?
We had a great overnight stay at Carrara. We headed north then to Canungra, to Sharp Park, where we met up with friends who we'd organised to stay with for a few days. We have stayed at Sharp Park in the past. It's a great place. As you can see in the video, there's lots of space. There's powered sites, unpowered sites, toilets are there. It's a really great place to go and spend some time with friends.
While staying at Sharp Park, we visited the Flying Bean Cafe at Beachmont. This is a great place in the Gold Coast hinterland, and they've also recently opened a couple of cabins to stay in on their property. There are markets up here on the weekend, but you'll often find a little roadside stall at the cafe selling honeys and jams and relishes and the likes. This is also a favourite place for motorcyclists to stop for a coffee when they're on a ride through the mountains. And why wouldn't you with a spectacular view like this? If you're lucky, you might even see some hang gliders soaring over the mountainside. It's a popular spot for the gliding enthusiasts. It's a great ride for cyclists as well. We met some while we were there, and Bruce got the opportunity to play photographer for them. But who couldn't resist with such a spectacular photo op? So if you ever stay at Sharp Park in Canungra, be sure to visit the Flying Bean Cafe at Beachmont. The next day we visited Boona and had brunch at Flavours Cafe before exploring the main street. The boys had to call into Mide at 10, so Min and I took the opportunity to check out some of the local op shops. Then it was back in the car to see some more of the beautiful countryside and wildlife of the scenic rim. Scott and Min had explored this area before, so they thought it would be fun to take the Falls Drive along the Condamine River on the way to Killarney. This involved a number of river crossings in our four-wheel drive, so we were looking forward to that. Along the way we saw plenty of wildlife, lots of cattle, alpacas and bird life, and the scenery up on the rim was spectacular. It really was a great day for it.
Yes, the scenery was spectacular. We also took the opportunity while we were in the country to gather some firewood so that we could use it that night for a campfire.
This part of the Condamine River really is quite pretty in amongst the bush. Now, we're not what you'd call full-on four-wheel drive enthusiasts by any means, so our river crossing experience would be considered very tame by many, I'm sure, but it was a bit of fun for us. and Scott did say that it was the highest he'd ever seen water level.
Crossing the Condamine multiple times was a lot of fun through the day. It was great to have Scott and Min go ahead of us to make sure that everything was okay. This one was half a metre deep and really enjoyed the crossing.
We stopped by the road for some lunch, taking in the beauty of the landscape and wildlife, and just the peacefulness of the day and where we were. Then it was back to the river crossings again. Such a special place indeed.
Each of the river crossings was a little different, but it was great to have Scott and Min lead the way during our Condamine River adventure.
We finished our day by taking an easy hike down to some gorgeous waterfalls, having crossed over from Queensland into New South Wales without even realising it until we were on our way back to Canungra. We spent our final night at Sharp Park in the Gold Coast hinterland before travelling up to the Sunshine Coast hinterland, where we caught up with my sister and brother-in-law at Parklands Campground near Kenilworth. It's a beautiful day at Parklands Campground, just outside of Kenilworth in Queensland, the hinterland of the Sunshine Coast, and we're set up here. We arrived last night, got the solar out, soaking up all that beautiful sun, got the portaloos scattered all around the property, which is really convenient. That's our setup. We're just putting on a little bit of extra shade. This is my sister and brother-in-law's van. They've been here for a week now, and it's just absolutely beautiful on a big cattle property with the Mary River going through, and it's just delightful. We did just have, believe it or not, an earthquake. I think somebody said about 71 kilometres away, but we were sitting here in our lovely Spinifex chairs and we could feel it rumbling underneath us. It lasted for probably about 5 to 10 seconds. And now it's gone. I'm just waiting if there's going to be any more. But we're looking forward to a lovely weekend here at Parklands Campground, Kenilworth.
A big eel, here you go.
Whenever we're camping by a river, we usually like to take a dip, especially if the weather is kind to us. And we were blessed with beautiful weather this weekend. So we got out our floats and tried out the Mary River. I've got to say, floating down a river truly is a great way to relax and really enjoy where you are. We picked up these floating beds when we were camping last Christmas, and I can highly recommend having something like this that you can permanently leave in your van. When you're camping by a river or a lake, they can provide more options for more fun and more relaxation. These particular floating beds are easy to blow up, easy to deflate. They can be hung out to dry on the clothesline on our awning and then folded down to the size of a bag of chips. I actually store ours in our washing machine in the van. So if you're looking for a bit more fun when you're camping by a river, then get yourself some sort of float. You'll love it.
During our stay at Parklands Campground, we popped into Kenilworth to the donut shop and picked up our 1 kilo donut. We ordered that online the night before and we were able to pick it up the next day, or you can pop in and see if you can buy it over the counter. Wow, a big donut. It took us several days to get through it. Well, we had a great weekend at Parklands Campground. Enjoyed being with family and friends and trying this massive donut, of course. But it was time for us to pack our gear and continue on with our journey.
We're staying in Brisbane for a couple of nights. Wanted to be fairly close to where my sister and brother-in-law live in Deception Bay. So this place is at East Burpengary. On the north side of Brisbane. It's a farm stay called Wes Cloud Lodge, $20 a night. We found it on Wikicamps. I think they may raise horses here, something like that. There's it's quite sort of bushlandish, but there's been about maybe a dozen or so vans or camper vans here each night that we've been here. It's kind of hidden away in suburbia, but you don't feel like you're in suburbia. Very close to the highway, so there's easy access to get just about anywhere in Brisbane. My mother lives at West Manly, and it takes us 45 minutes to get over there, which is quite convenient. There is a amenities block provided, 2 showers and 2 toilets, and there is also a camp kitchen. A little bit rough and ready, but adequate if that's handy for you. There's a dam here on the property, and that makes it quite peaceful as well. It's raining a little bit at the moment, and we've just got one more night here, but it's been quite a good stay for us to be here at West Cloud Lodge. That's our little setup there, and Bruce is just filling up our water tanks from our jerry cans, and we'll get them filled up today. But if you're in the Brisbane area and you need a place to stay that's feels like you're in the country, and it's a good price, $20 a night, then I can recommend West Cloud Lodge.
If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to help us grow our channel.